All right, so one of my coworkers asked me what poker vloggers do I watch. I guess he's trying to get into poker, or just trying to occupy his time while he's driving trucks. Because that's basically what I do is watch vlogs. This and the third, as you see, my blue screen of death. I haven't been playing a lot of online poker. Gotta get this fixed. But anyway, so I just want to give kind of like my for right now, my Mount Rushmore of poker vloggers, and some other, and like two other kind of honorable mention. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. So instead of just saying the people's names and just giving that YouTube stuff at, I'll just play a like a piece of their video so you can kind of get an idea of how they rock and roll. All right, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Okay, so the first poker vlogger is Andrew Neeme. He's the one that kind of started poker vlogging. They call him the vlog father, and but he seemed like a really nice guy. He's a part owner of the lodge. There's three of them guys, but Andrew seemed like a guy that you really want to root for, and seems nice. Seems like he's level-headed and just a generally just a nice guy. Somebody that you kind of hang around, and you know it's easy to root for, I guess you could say. So I'm gonna play a little clip of Andrew Neeme.
Right behind me, right back here, that's the poker room at the Bellagio on the Las Vegas Strip. And if you were to look just over here, right here, see that room within a room back there? That is the world famous Bobby's Room, the inner sanctum of the Bellagio poker room. That's where the high stakes, the highest of high stakes games are played here at the Bellagio. Doyle Brunson, Chip Reese, Phil Ivey, Daniel Negreanu, absolute legends of the game play the highest of stakes in that room. And today, I'll be playing with none of those guys. But today, I'm gonna be playing inside Bobby's Room here at the Bellagio.
All right, so the second person is Brad Owen. Him and Andrew Neeme are real cool, and they own part of the Lodge Poker Club in Austin, Texas, I think. But the thing about Brad Owen, he seemed like, just like Andrew Neeme, seemed like a real nice guy. Seemed like a person that's really easy to root for, and he got a ton of followers, and he's a great poker player too. So he's on my Mount Rushmore of poker vloggers. He's number 2.
In this one, we pick up Pocket Jiggity's Under the Gun +1 with another stand-up game on. I go with a larger opening size and raise to 500. The cutoff needs to win a hand just like we do. He 3-bets to 2,300. I suspect that this is a lighter re-raise than normal due to the incentive to win a hand and not pay a penalty. We have 16,000 in front of us. We're probably currently best. I announce an all-in. The opponent has us covered. We don't get snap called, which means we're not up against aces, kings, or ace-king, and probably not up against queens either. This is looking pretty good. After the opponent gets a rough count, he makes the call. We agree to run it twice and flip the cards face up from the start so that we know what we need to root for. The opponent has ace-queen offsuit, so we've got a 56% edge. The first flop determines who will win for the stand-up game. It comes king-king-5 with 2 clubs. We retain the lead as no one improves. The turn is the 9 of clubs. Neither of us are holding a club in our hand. The river is the king of spades, giving us the win for half the pot and the stand-up game. It's nice to be free-rolling the rest of the way with over 30,000 on the line.
Can't beat the jiggities.
Jiggities. Second flop comes ace-king deuce with 2 hearts. The opponent drills his key card, and there's little hope for us to scoop. The turn is the queen of clubs. It's a 2 pair that the opponent didn't want to hit because we pick up a ton more outs.
10.
10 jack. We don't hit a straight or set on the river. Ultimately, it's another chop, but it saves us from having to pay everyone at the table 300 each, although we're still stuck a few thousand on the
so
day.
the third guy on the list is Jaman Burton. He has the most creative vlog that I've seen as far as poker content is concerned, and he also seems like a real nice guy. He seems like somebody that's really easy to root for. Mind you, I don't know none of these people. I ain't never played with them. I'm playing 25 and nail on this joint when it worked, and I'm playing 1, 3, and 2, 5. So in Mississippi, like Tunica. So I ain't hanging around none of these people. But like I said, I really do enjoy his stuff. He hasn't dropped nothing in a while. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, Jaman Burton.
This is when I look down at it. Jesus. You know, it didn't really cross my mind that this godforsaken hand would follow me across Las Vegas to different properties. From my position, with these two actions, the book likely says this is a raise. However, from my position with a brain and a long history with this monstrosity, my book says, let's not this time. I just call the $40 open. If by some miracle I connect with the flop in any way, a pair, a draw, anything, then we will proceed. What a surprise. Needless to say, I just fold when the cutoff tosses $100 into this pot.
Lay back with my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Rolling down the street.
All right, the last guy is somebody the last guy on this list on Mount Rushmore of poker vloggers is of course Mariano. Now a lot of people that I see, you either love him or hate him. But the thing about him is people just say he's lucky and he's not really good at poker. But brother, to be able to put the amount of money on the table, and that's your job, like your job as a poker content creator and poker player, and you putting that amount of money up, and he's saying it's his own money. I believe him. But I think he makes really, really good
Call
content.
the river works for me and not for him. It's the 8 of spades. Oh my goodness. We have the nuts, the absolute nuts. It takes a few seconds to sink in, honestly, because I had been running pretty lame the last 2 days and didn't really expect to get there. But there it is, clear as day, the 8 of spades, and there is no hand possible that could beat mine. The worst that could happen is we chop. Of course, that is the stuff dreams are made of, especially after your opponent has also rivered a straight, just to make this card that much more miraculous. And he bets $120,000 with around $400,000 remaining in my stack. I mean, this is just a ridiculous hand. Obviously, there's nothing for me to do but jam all in and cross my fingers that he's actually got something to call with. So after a few seconds of deliberation, I do announce all in. Peter does not fold. He's got a straight, and of course, folding that hand would be nearly impossible, so I can't blame him for making the call. And that is how you have a $909,000 pot. By far the biggest pot I've ever played, and it breaks the record for that legendary aces versus kings from a few years ago.
So that is my 4 Mount Rushmore of poker vloggers. Now I ain't saying that they the best poker players in the world, of course, but as far as poker vlogging and content creation is concerned, I think there are the top 4. But if you do know of some people that make better content, please let me know, because I love checking them out. Like I said, I drive trucks, so I be in the truck listening to them and watching them play poker. All right. Oh, for the honorable mentions, Alan Keating.
Here, Steph is all in with a pair of 8s, and I've got Queen 9 suited. And it dawns on me, if I knock Steph out again and send him packing, everyone came to see him, not me. In 2 cards, I'm going to be the most hated guy in the room.
He probably would make the absolute dopest content, but he just doesn't put out really enough. But I think he's probably the most interesting person in the poker community. I'm not saying he's the best poker player, but as far as content creation and how he plays poker and how he looks at the game, I think he would be the most exciting player to watch. And the other person, the last person on the honorable mention list, is a guy named Jason Bell.
This is a tough one. When folks raise like this, they're generally pretty nutted, but I haven't played with these folks before. Not entirely sure on their play style, at least not 100%. I tell you, I'm struggling with this one, but it's not that much more in comparison to the pot. So I flick in the call, hoping he's got king, queen, or an open ender. We run it once, and the river is the ace of spades. Holy smokes. I show my pocket aces, and the cutoff shows ace 10 offsuit. Holy cow. I hit the what? One outer on the river and win this massive pot of over $700. You have got to be kidding me.
He's like super nice. Seems like I don't know the guy, but it's just how he talks about the game of poker and how he does his overviews. Man, I'm gonna just show y'all. But that rounds out my list. And like I said, if you know any other poker vloggers, I love to support them. I love to follow them if they make great content. All right, appreciate it.